B2 is different from that of H1B, is different from that of L1, is different from that of C1. So you need to, understand and be informed. All right. And also, inconsistent information is also a very common mistake. All right. So providing conflicting information or contradicting information from your previous statement. And what this means is for people who have been to the embassy before and they are coming back to reapply, you must be consistent with your information. All right. And also, lack of clear answers, all right, failing to provide concise and direct responses to question. They're asking you A, you are telling them B. And some people, another thing, which is a very, very common and, unexpected mistakes that a lot of people make is the people you are conversing with, the interviewer you are conversing with is a white person. And you are like a black person local to your region. You've not, traveled out of your country before, and you get to the United States Embassy because you are speaking with a white interview consular. You now start forming accents that you don't understand. Please don't do that. All right. At times when these people speak, they speak very fast. So you have every right to tell them that, please, um, can you come again? Or when you don't understand what they're asking you. So because some people they don't understand, so they will now give their response and they'll be giving a wrong response. All right. So please don't do that. Okay. If you don't understand the person, if you don't hear the questions clearly, you have the right to say, please come again. Or please, can you repeat the question? Don't form as if you understand when you don't understand. All right. So lack of clear answer is one of the common mistakes people make. And another thing is, I've said it before, insufficient knowledge, displaying limited understanding about the visa you are applying for. For the fact that you've applied for it before and you are going for it again does not stop you from preparing thoroughly for this interview. All right. Insufficient knowledge is also one of the common mistakes a lot of people, go to. And that is why here at Varsity, would tell people to come on a clarity call session. They think it's just for fun. All right. Or even if you are going for interview, there is a concierge service where we do interview readiness session for people. All right. And another common mistake people make is overconfidence. All right. Overconfidence, has affected and, killed a lot of people. Providing, displaying or appearing too confident or arrogant. All right. Which can raise, some kind of suspicion. So you have to, not be overconfident. All right. So appear respectful and obey all instructions, even from the gate to where you get to the person who's going to interview you, just obey all instructions because immediately you step your foot into that embassy, is assumed that you are in United States. And when you are in Rome, you have to behave like the Romans. All right. So let me just stop here so we can go to the next question. Thank you, Anita.
Okay, Mr. Wale, thank God you said something. You said something about the assets, and I was just cracked up because yes, these things do happen, right? These things do happen. But but yes, you said something about documentation, right? So I just want to brief on that a bit. The when you say documentation, right, and you know how Vesti is also here to assist you, prepare for those documents. So what are the essential documents that applicants should bring to these interviews, and how does, you could have all the documentation, but like how does Vesti help prepare or assist you in preparing those documents?
All right. I actually mentioned it the other time that documentation is essential with the United States. And at times it is not, because there are some documents that you need to go into the embassy with, which are constant. Even if you don't go with any other documents, it's not like your visa fee receipt. It's not, we are not talking about document like your international passports, a valid one with at least 6 months to expiration. We are not talking of your DS-160, because that is your application form. That is what the interview consular is going to interview you with. We are not talking about your appointment confirmation. You have to schedule your appointment, go with your appointment confirmation to the embassy. At least these 4 documents are constant. Then every other one can now come in, depending on the category of visa you're applying for. All right. And I made mention of something the other time about how Vesti come in to help. And like I said, here at Vesti, we have what we call the visa concierge service, whereby we assist you by the way, helping you with a lot of blocker, taking away the hassles of filling the form. Some people don't even know what to fill. They don't know how to fill their forms, right? So we help in the space. And there is also another service whereby you can subscribe to, and if you can subscribe yearly, subscribe monthly. It's called the pathway subscription, whereby we hold you by the hand and help you all through the journey of your application. All right. So we help in ensuring that you fill the right thing on the form, and we also help you with preparing and telling you what to expect, what not to say, what to say at the interview sessions. All right. So that's that, Anita.
Yes, 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 yes. Again, when I say bestie, or you just have to say soft life, we're just here to give you soft life, anything you need just to make your migration dreams a reality. That's about it. That's about it. Yeah, we'll definitely be taking some questions soon. Don't worry. I'm reading them, and that's why Mr. Wale is here to attend to all of your questions. So yes,
Yeah.
we would look at your chat box soon. I haven't forgotten you guys. Don't worry, don't worry. So yeah, Mr. Wale, what do you think are the tips, the most essential? I mean, you've given us basically most of what we need to know, right? But what are the tips for like increasing your chances of success? Is there a particular way we should dress? But you already said we should not use accent. So, so how else can we top up our, chances of a successful US visa interview?
Okay. Okay. Now, do you want me to answer everything together, or is it
Well,
the
yes, I think you should answer
dressing
because
part?
someone just said we need strict, yes, instruction needed. So yes, I think you should just put everything all in one box and give it to us.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. So let me just give you these tips about um the common questions, or let me say tips on how to answer some questions that will be coming from your interviewer, depending on the category of visa you're applying for. No matter the category of visa you're applying for, I want you to know that there are some questions that is applicable to all. And number one is, what is the purpose of your trip? Purpose. The interview questions, I used to categorize them into about 4 or 5 departments. All right. And they are testing you on each 5. So let's say each of those 5 is 2020 marks. All right. And you are expected to have, like, let's say 70%, which is A. So number one thing they are testing you on is your purpose. That's number one. Why are you going? Are you just going like someone who doesn't have a destination? Are you going there to become a liability to them? What is your purpose? What is the purpose of why you're traveling? And you must be clear in explaining this purpose. You must be clear in telling them your reason, in telling them the reason why you're traveling. It is very, very important. This is the first thing they will ask you. I can bet it with you. This is the first question they will ask you. If it's not the first, it will be the second. So on that few minutes, 1 minute, you must establish this fact clearly. And once the interviewer is able to sync with you on this, I can tell you for a fact that you've already like cleared 50% of the mark. All right. If you are going for tourism, you are going for business, you are going for study, you must be clear. and concise about it. Number two, they would ask you about what you do, which is your work. I've talked about purpose. Second is what you do, your job. Third is your travel history. The fourth is your home ties. All right. And the fifth is your finance. Okay. So all these fives, they can, test you with questions, with different questions to establish all these five. All right. Like asking you the questions of purpose. Why are you traveling? How long do you plan to stay? Where will you stay? You get all these are still under what? Purpose. Now, another question which is very, very important is how will you support yourself financially? This is talking about finance. How will you support yourself? To answer this, you tell them what you do, how much you earn, then show proof of sufficient funds, e.g., bank statements. For students, you can show your scholarships if you have, if it's applicable to you. You can show your scholarships. For people traveling, show your bank statement. Although most times they will not even ask you for it, but you never can say. So this is why I said those constant documents, your visa fee, appointment confirmation, DS-160 confirmation, all those ones are constant. Then you can now hold your supporting document. All right. Then they will now go back to the question of, are you married? If you are not married, you can tell them you are engaged. You can tell them if you are engaged, you can tell them you are engaged. And if you are not married, you can tell them, yes, I'm not married. It's not because it is not a crime for you to be single. So please don't get me wrong. Enjoy your singleness. All right. So it is not a crime. So tell them, be truthful, be concise about it. If you're married, fine. If you're not married, it does not mean that they don't give visa to people that are single. All right. So all this question about are you married? Um, do you have any kids? All this question is testing and they are trying to see what is connecting you back to your country. Because if you're applying for a non-immigrant visa, they're expecting you to come back. You're only going for a short term. And what are these things that are going to bring you back? All right. Explain your connections to your home ties, your family, your job, the properties you have, the shares you have. You never can tell. All the banks now, they are selling shares. How many of you have bought? Okay, you're waiting for vested shares. All right, it's coming very soon. So all these are things that you can, show as proof, all right, that they are your home ties. Okay. And another question they can ask you is, have you traveled to the US before or outside your country? This is testing about your travel history. All right. If you have traveled, tell them you are. Share your previous travel history to the US, to any other country apart from your home country. All this is testing your travel history. And if you don't have any travel history, you can tell them you've not been opportune to travel before, and it is not a crime. And it does not mean that because of that, they will not give you the visa. All right. So all these things have a way of, working, they are intertwined or working together. All right. So that is that. And to bring home my point, when answering all these questions, you need to be clear, you need to be concise, you need to provide specific examples, you need to show interests, you need to be honest and transparent as much as you can, avoid vague or generic responses. All right, because the interviewer does not know you before until that time that you are praying in a presence. It's not as if that they know you before. It's not as if they know you from anywhere. They don't have that time. So it is what you tell them that they will use in judging you. All right. Remember, the interviewer wants to understand your intentions. The interviewer wants to understand if you are eligible for the visa you are trying to apply for. He wants to understand your ties to your own country. So be prepared, be confident, and be genuine in your responses. And to dressing, that one, most of the time, I don't like to, give like, okay, this is the way you should dress, this is the way you should. Some people have dressing is very, very important, and some people don't take it lightly, but that does not mean you should go there and dress like don't let me say what I was this this thing is being live streamed. All right. So But the US interview session is a semi-formal interview kind of setting. All right. So dress professionally, wear business attire such as, suit for tie. You can, be semi-formal about it, wear like, light perfume, not the perfume that when people, you know, perceive the fragrance, everybody will start fainting. No, we don't need that. Just be modest about it and be modest about everything. Do not wear, too much of revealing clothes, flashy clothing, flashy earrings and all that. Excessive jewelry. No, just keep it moderate, you know, keep it moderate and you are good to go. And on our behavior, it's very important. I said it the other time. Arrive there early, be respectful, obey even their security, the least person at the gates. Just obey them. You are the one that you know why you are there. You know what you are going for. So respect yourself so that you'll be respected. So be respectful, be honest, listen carefully to the questions before you give your answer. All right. Avoid arguing, you know, avoid arguing with anyone, even from the gates. There are cameras everywhere. Don't argue with anybody. Use English unless otherwise instructed. Communicate in English. Turn off all electronics. Electronics are not allowed inside the embassy. And be prepared. Bring all required documents and follow instructions. So that's just it, Anita. Over to you.
Well, Mr. Mr. Wale, you really talked extensively on it. That's to show you that that was very important. You
Yeah.
know, there were some things he just specifically mentioned, like it felt like he had experience already. You see that perfume, the dressing, it felt like he had experience already. So
Exactly.
please do not choke everybody. I know you want to choke us with
Mhm.
the fact that you are moving, but
Exactly. Don't choke
please.
us. Don't choke interview.
So yeah, you already topped I wasn't going to ask the question, but you already answered that. I was going to ask what mindset you have to bring to, but this has you already answered all my questions in general. So this will be the last question. I'm sure everybody has some questions they want to ask you. So you guys
Yeah.
prepare your
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
This
Let's
will be
give
the
time
last
for
question I'll ask.
questions. Yeah.
But prepare your questions. Let's get talking. Let's make this interactive as much as possible before we finish up. So all visas are not going to be approved, right? Some people they are just going to have to deny their visas, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was something, or it was a wrong documentation, it was wrong. Something could go wrong. It's not all visas that are
Mm-hmm.
going to be approved. So
Mm-hmm.
how should or what should applicants do if their visa is denied, and how can Vesti assist in reapplying or addressing this? Sometimes they could just say, "Oh, go and find out what you." I think I saw a chat somewhere, and the guy said, and someone said in the chat that he was denied and he didn't even know why. They just told him, "Go and check what you did wrong," and they might not know. So how can Vesti assist in reapplying or addressing the issues? This is what you did wrong, the reasons for denial. And after that, what are the next steps? If you want to get approved, what are the next steps to go about it? Because, delay is not denial, guys. You can definitely
Exactly.
keep trying. I know people that
Mm-hmm.
kept trying and they ended up getting it and they're good. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would leave you to that.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Anita. I know there are a lot of people that will be in this category and they're on this call today. Yes. Just like you said, it's not everybody that goes to the embassy that gets approved. That is a fact that everybody knows. And that is why I said the other time, a lot of people don't like the United States. They don't like to go there for anything because they don't like rejection. Nobody does, anyways, and nobody should. But denial is not like the how will I put it? Is not the end. All right, rejection is not the end. I've seen people who have applied for the US visa 10 times, 8 times, 12 times. Yes, and they keep going. They keep going back, and they got it. Some people got it the 10th time, the 8th time. But if a visa is being denied, applicants should Number one, stay calm. I've seen people, I've had this story of people who went to the US Embassy and they were denied, and they were telling the consular, the white consular interviewing them, that, see, I'm not leaving this place, whether you like it or not. I'm not leaving here. I've spent all my money. I've spent all my last card to come for this interview. They don't owe you visa. So you're the one going there to apply, and they have all the obligation and the right to give you and not to give you. All right. So don't go there and start causing a scene and start saying, I will not leave here, before they will call security on you to whisk you out of the embassy. So stay calm, take time to understand the reasons for denial. Though I understand some people on this call already that at the US Embassy, most especially here in Nigeria, once you have been denied, they give you either a blue paper, a pink paper, a yellow paper. They have different kind of colors for all those rejections, right? And they will just put a generic rejection like section 212, whatever, whatever. That's the reason why you're denied, but they would not specifically tell you this is the reason why you are being denied. And they will leave you to your fate to start questioning yourself, and they will leave you to start replaying the whole interview in your head, trying to say, what did I say wrong? It's like I didn't answer this question right. It's like I didn't do this. Am I supposed to have said this? Am I supposed to have elaborated? Or am I supposed, or did I answer it too short or something like that? So that's what they just want to start playing in your brain or in your head. Although all these things still have to do with, our government still, trying to interfere or coming in, because I know that, some other countries, maybe they will still be telling them some tips of maybe what they did wrong or what they can do better. But so far, so good. For what me have known in Nigeria is that they will only give you that paper and telling you the reason why you are being denied is on that paper, except for people that get a white paper. It's only the white paper that means approval. All right. So if a visa is being denied, stay calm. Take your time to understand the reasons for denial. Number two is review the denial letter. At times, they can give some other denial letter which is not 212. I've seen some before, maybe 212G or 212C or something like that. So maybe requiring for additional documents. It does not mean it's like an outright denial. All right. So there are sometimes they give some denial papers that will require you to bring some additional documents, or they will need you to do some additional things. But most of the time, it is not applicable to everyone. So another thing is consult, with seek legal counsel, consult an immigration attorney to discuss options of or potential next steps. Or you can also consult companies like Vesti to see how we can, help you. Maybe you want to reapply or you want to appeal. Yes, you can appeal their decision. For some of us that don't know, depending on denial reasons, you can consider reapplying or appealing the decisions. Another thing is address the denial reason. Like I said earlier, if possible, address the specific reason for denial, e.g., provide additional documents, or they ask for, more evidences. All right. So another thing is most of the time they will tell you when your condition changes or improve, you can come back to reapply. Maybe the last time you applied, you're single, and now you're married. I think that's a significant change that has happened. You can go back, or maybe the last time you applied, you've never traveled out of Nigeria before. You can give it a try. Go to Ghana, go to South Africa, go to any country, just have that travel experience. You never can tell. Then also keep records. All right. And what I mean by keep record is maintain record of the previous application, the denial, and any subsequent applications or attempts that you make sure that there are no two, different things that you fill in your DS-160 form. All right. So remember, like I said earlier, that a visa denial is not the end of the process. All right. It's essential for you to understand the reasons and take appropriate steps to address them. So seeking professional guidance can help you navigate the process and explore alternative options. All right. And that is why we are here at Vesti. And when you come, we tell you, come on a clarity call. Come and tell us all the problems. And when you go meet a doctor, you don't hide anything except you don't want to be healed. Some people will still come to us and they will still be lying, and they need us to help them. They will still be lying to us. I don't understand. Or they'll be lying to their immigration attorney. You just have to explain to us what happened, be truthful about everything. And like I said, you can explore alternative option. For the fact that you were denied in B1, B2 does not mean you'll be denied on F1 if you are eligible. It does not mean you'll be denied on H1B if you're eligible. They treat all these visas individually according to the requirement of the visas. All right. Maybe you've been applying for B1, B2 all your life. Try to apply for maybe H1B or F1 or J1. Just take your time to understand the requirement of all these visas. And that is why Vesti is here to, continue to bring us all these unique, on non-common visas, because a lot of people are not applying for these visas and people don't know. All right. That might be your chance. We talk about O1. Some people will be like, what is O1? We talk about EB2 NIW. Some people will be like, which one is EB2 NIW again? All right. So just take your time to, invest your time, invest yourself in researching what you qualify. And a lot of people don't know that they can get denial because they are applying for a visa that is below them. All right. Some people are overqualified for a B1, B2. And they will be like, we expect you to, apply for a more higher visa than this one you're applying for. And maybe by chance somebody tell them about the visa, or maybe they saw an advert somewhere and they apply for that particular visa, and they will see that just one attempt, they got it just like that. All right. I know that the US visa process can be, very daunting and all that. And yeah, it's very easy for you to, miss a lot of things. But like I said earlier on, you can definitely consult immigration attorneys or companies that you find, comfortable with to deal with. All right. Thank you, Anita.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Wale. That was
Yeah.
that was everything in a nutshell, basically. That was everything in a whole nutshell. So we'll be
Exactly.
taking questions now just to, finish up, round up. Let's see what people are saying about
Mhm.
acing your visa interviews. Why they usually ask this question, what did you choose to travel to US? What should be said about that? Or why did you choose to travel to the US?
Okay. Why you choose? You want me to tell you answers that the specific answer you tell them when they ask why you choose the US. All right. Like I said, um, everyone going to the US have different reasons. There are 1,000,001 reasons why people go to the US. So number one, there is no one like one word answer or a formula to it, that this is what, once you say this, they will give you, like, it's a magic word. When you say this, they will give you. No, you have to, take your time to, ensure that you even know where you're going in the first place. All right. And I said it the other time, once you get your purpose of travel right, the remaining ones are just addition. So you'll be the one to, search yourself and say, okay, this is the reason why I'm going. I'm going for reason A, B, C. I'm going for reason one, two, three. All right. Your purpose must be sound. Your purpose must be sound. I can't tell you to say, okay, when you are going to the embassy, just tell them I'm going to the United States because the United States is the best country in the world. It can work for A and not work for B, So there's no like one word answer or generic answer to say, okay, once you say this, they must give you the visa. No, there's nothing like that. So you have to look inward and say, okay, this is the reason. And if you don't have enough reason, maybe you should not even apply in the first place. Wait until when you have like a genuine reason for you to travel. Then you can travel, or then you can apply.
Whichever one, whichever
Exactly.
one. Let's see. What are you guys? We're talking about how to ace US visa interviews, but every time on the webinar, you guys just want to know everything. But yes,
Everything. Yeah.
everything.
Mhm.
So someone is asking what are the rules for H1B visa? But let me just say this that if
Just stay.
you
I would just say people should stay glued. We are still going to come up with a webinar on H1B. I know that day
yes,
the internet is going to stand still. We are definitely still going to combination be like, but now we are just like, talking, generally on, for your interview. And of
Yeah.
course, definitely is like the last stage of every US application process anyways. So you can even be approved for an H-1B and you get to the embassy for your interview and you go there and mess up. All right. So this is why we are having this interview right now. So talking about H1B, EB3, you guys just chill. We'll definitely, I know Anita is already prepping up some things on all these visa categories. All right. So we can't exhaust, like I said. I don't know how many of you were with us when we started this call this evening. Did you see all the list of visas that we, outlined in the beginning? We can't exhaust that list. All right. So we'll be taking them one after the other. All right. Yeah, Anita. But
Well,
I can actually answer that though. For requirement for H1B, for you to enter into the pool, into the lottery pool, which is the first stage, all you need is just a valid international passport, your
mhm.
CV, all right, and make sure that you are a degree holder, BSc degree holder, or HND, whichever one. But just make sure you have these three, and it qualifies you to,
Yeah.
go into the pool. Yeah. So after that, we'll now talk about the next steps. But those are the major thing, and which covers for the first step of it.
Well, yeah, like you said, we can't exhaust everything because what
Yeah.
I'm seeing here, everybody just asking B1, B2, EB1. We will get all of that. And you said that I already have something planned. Trust me, you guys should trust me. I got you guys. So definitely we would have one. Obviously, definitely the information to be sent out on our socials. So do not forget to follow at Vesty Official. I cannot overemphasize this because we post a lot of things that you need in general. We do a lot of things that you would need. Again, bestie, soft life. We've established that point already. So do not forget to follow at Bestie Official. Please follow so that you can get to see these updates. You can get some people didn't even know that the registration had started until they saw the post. So please always make sure to keep up. If you have any questions, we're always there to reply you. If you want to email, if you want to send a DM, we're always there to reply you. So yes, Mr. Wale, I just want to say a big thank you. A big thank you for being on this webinar today to educate everyone and just give everybody the opportunity to learn about this because like I said, it's a very important webinar that we just had. But yeah, I just want to
Thank
appreciate
you.
you for being a part of this. Thank you so much for answering all our questions. I don't know if people have more. I can't really see any more questions. That's why that's why I'm letting you
Yeah.
go.
Anita, wait, did you see the last question by Oluwafemi
Okay,
Falola?
I've applied for B1, B2, both me and my wife, I'm guessing, and
Wife
kids.
and
And
kids. Yeah.
you want to touch
Yeah.
on
So
that?
yeah, let me quickly touch on that. For
Okay.
the B1, B2 appointment dates, it's a lot of challenge. That is a fact. Everyone knows that because if you want to apply for a B1, B2 now and even F1, you don't get earlier appointment date. It's a challenge. All right. But I think what you should do, you shouldn't have waited till your visa fee expired. Because if you go on the B1, B2, the US appointment portal, you will still see a date, though it's not going to be an earlier date. It can be next year. That is how backlogged they are the US interview at the US embassy at the moment. You can see next year September or next year August as the next appointment date. Oh, you didn't see at all. Wow, that's serious. But I know that maybe you would have checked either Abuja or Lagos till next year. Exactly. Not next year, it's 2026. Exactly. Exactly. 2026, you can see 2026, 2025 is as serious as that, actually. But what you should have done is at least you can still pick that date for your visa fee not to get expired. Someone is saying mine is March 2026. You would have picked it. Then maybe as time goes by, you can just pop in and check in and out to check because they release those dates once in a while. But the good news is, I think we are about to have a breath of fresh air because the United States is moving to another platform right now. And I have this feeling that this movement is going to resolve this date issue. It's just a feeling. I'm not sure that it's going to resolve this date issue. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. All the migration from this current portal to another portal, everything is happening this month of August. So just stay tuned. Um, Relax, pull up a cushion, sit down and relax. Stay glued to our social media handles. We'll definitely be giving you all the updates as they come. All right. So for those of us that have visa fees paid, please make sure you lock them to your profile before 15th of this month. All right. Or else you might have issues with that visa fee. So make sure you pay. And from I think 8th of August, you won't be able to pay on GTB again. You go to GTB to make your payment for visa fee. So just stay cool. Yes, what's our media handle, please? Anita, please can you tell them all our social media handles? I'll put it in the chat.
It's nothing too serious. Just at Vesty Official, anywhere, everywhere,
Anywhere on Instagram, on
everywhere,
Twitter,
on
on
social media.
Facebook. I think we are now on TikTok, right? I think we're on TikTok as
Yes,
well.
Vesty.
For the TikTok
Everywhere.
lovers.
We want to be in front of you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, everywhere.
Yes, someone I can talk to directly, Damola Atoyebi. You can DM us on our Instagram handle or send an email to info@wevesty.com, right? So you'll be responded or you get answers to your questions. All right.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you so much again, Mr. Wale, for being on this webinar with us.
Yeah.
It was nice having you and your jokes.
Pleasure is all mine. Pleasure is all mine.
And your jokes. We hope to see you again soon. We hope to see you again soon.
Anytime, Anita. I got you. I got you.
Sure. Thank you. Okay, so guys, you know how I do it. After every, speaker, I would have to ask you guys, did you learn anything? Rate it, talk to me, let me know how it was, basically. I'm looking at your chat, so I really do want to know, were you able to learn anything? Were you able to not to learn anything? I don't want to believe that's possible, but because
Yeah,
you said
please
a
just
lot.
Peace Obiako just answered you that I think she
And
learned a
then
lot. She
that's
learned a lot.
about it. That's about it.
Yeah,
That is
someone is
all.
asking if the webinar is recorded so they could have access to it later.
Yes, yes, it is. All you need to do, like I said, all our YouTubes, check it. Vesty, everywhere. Just all the apps, check it. Vesty, Vesty Official. Check us out on YouTube. All the webinars are recorded. So anytime you miss one, you can always pop up back. Or if you need information anywhere that you've forgotten, you check us back. That's about it. But I'm still looking at the comments. I'm trying to see if how fun it was. How fun it was. Was it
Yes,
not?
Kunle Solomon, you can reach us directly on our Instagram social media handles. Yes, Oluwafemi Falola, thank you for following. Thank you for following. You all can follow Adversity Official on all social media platforms.
Or
Yeah, send us a DM on Instagram, especially. We are very, very active on IG, all right? So
very.
send us, a DM and also try to send email to info@wevesty for
Yeah.
any of your comment or queries. Let's continue on our Instagram handle for those people that still have questions.
Yes.
Yeah, or comments or those that want to tell us, what they enjoyed or what they learned from the session.
All right then. So with that, guys, you know me, I'm your favorite girl, of course, of course. I'll see you guys. You know we have a
Dekolo,
webinar
yes,
tomorrow.
Anita, sorry to cut you. Dekolo, I see you. I see you, Dekolo. You're asking a question that you want to you want us to answer. There's no implication. There's no possible negative implication of having a family member in the US. There's no
Mm.
implication. Almost everybody on this call, I can tell you for a fact, they know one person or the other in the US. Do you know how many Nigerians are in the US? So it's not possible. So it's not a crime. It's not a sin at all. It's not. It's not a crime. All right.
All right then, guys. We are leaving. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, guys, for joining us today. Have
Thank
a
you guys.
nice night. Have a nice
Yeah,
day.
you
You
too. We see
are.
you on our next webinar.
Yes, tomorrow check out our post and that's register. Click on the link. You get to see me again tomorrow. Isn't that something?
Mhm,
Yes,
mhm.
guys.